Good morning, MCCDC. It is wonderful to be here with you today. This is Black History Month, and in a week or so, it will be Women's History Month. I believe Black History Month in this country is a time to recognize and celebrate the achievements and contributions of Black people. To me, the history of Black people is characterized by underlying optimism, determination, and perseverance. Despite overwhelming challenges and inequities, Black people continue to collectively have faith. We have been pioneers in all areas of American life. As a Black girl, I was reared to focus upon achieving within the confines of the American social system. I understood that I would have to perform twice as well in order to receive half as much. As a young adult in the 1980s and early 1990s, there was a mindset that I had three strikes against me: being African American, being a woman, and queer. It was with great pride and honor that I humbly stand on the shoulders of the women and men who came before me. I have many sheroes and heroes, but today I specifically want to celebrate Audre Lorde. Audre Lorde was a self-described Black lesbian, mother, warrior, and poet. She dedicated her life and her creative talent to confronting and addressing injustices of racism, sexism, classism, and homophobia. I'm going to read for you some of my favorite quotes from Audre Lorde. When I dare to be powerful, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. This is from her Cancer Journals, 1980. I am not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own. That was from The Uses of Anger, Women Responding to Racism, 1981. Quote, every woman I have ever known has made a lasting impression on my soul. Quote, I write for those women who do not speak, for those who do not have a voice, because they were so terrified, because we are taught to respect fear more than ourselves. We've been taught that silence would save us, but it won't. Very powerful words from Audre Lorde. She was and is truly my shero. I also need to pay homage to the women and men in the Little Black Baptist Church where I grew up. In 1970 or 1971, I was in the first or second grade, and I did not have a clear understanding when my great grandmother, Minnie, said that she could not read or write. I didn't have a clear understanding of that or appreciation for it. My grandpa David said that he had to stop going to school when he was in the second grade because his family needed him to work. My grandma Julia and my grandma Hattie only went to the seventh and eighth grade because there was no high school for Black people in their community in the 1920s and the 1930s when they were girls. My mother attended Prince Edward County Public Schools during the 1950s. In 1954, the Supreme Court decision, Brown versus Board of Education, outlawed segregation in public schools. In 1955, the Supreme Court issued a second ruling that declared the implementation of segregation to occur with all deliberate speed. Prince Edward County, Virginia, where my mom grew up, refused to integrate its schools. And in 1959, Prince Edward County closed all of its public schools. And Prince Edward County public schools remained closed for 5 long years. It has been more than 60 years, and my mother and her schoolmates still get together to remember the lingering pain, frustration, psychological, and economic impact of having their schools closed for 5 years. I personally pay homage to my hometown church because they gave me the gift of how to pray and the gift of praising the Lord despite their circumstances. You are MCCDC. You are my MCCDC family. You help me to stay on that path of praying and praising. We are MCCDC, and we are a praying church, and we are a church that praises God. Thank you all for your generosity. Please continue to give of your time, your talent, and your financial treasures. Thank you so much for being my MCCDC family. God bless you. Amen.